candidate strategy. The task force at this time has said that it is providing housing there is not an option that's being considered at this time.
I would find that a very big mistake. I mean, it's a vast piece of land, it's flat, it certainly has some needs. It also is a big asset to the community at large, and I would think that it would be a very excellent piece that should be really studied in depth. Thank you.
Kate.
It's my understanding the rent ship is sinking. That would certainly deter housing.
It's either sinking or the water levels are going higher.
Well,
Either way, you can't win on that one.
it's sinking half an inch a year and the tide is rising. So I don't think it's a viable option.
It's very heartening to me, and I'm sure to the other Rotarians in the room, to hear Rotary Village spoken so highly of. For those of you who don't know where it is, it's on Alima Street, right at the end of Coloma.
Indeed.
And we did work very hard reaching out to all the neighbors to try and get a consensus for that. But those of you who weren't here 9 years ago, let me tell you, we did not have a consensus. We had some neighbors who were very supportive. We also had some very angry, I would even say livid neighbors who hired an attorney, who submitted a 10-page letter to the city council threatening a lawsuit over the project. I was tasked with responding to that letter, and to my great relief, I contacted someone at Morrison Forster for a little help, and that law firm agreed to support us pro bono as long as it took to fight off this specious legal attack, and that seemed to quiet the opposition. A handful of neighbors moved afterwards. The decline in their real estate values that they alleged would happen didn't happen. They made plenty of money selling their homes. Everybody who stayed there is now very comfortable with the finished product, which is 22 units on less than an acre. So when an affordable housing project comes along, there will be angry opposition, no matter how hard we try. And if Rotary Housing tries to put forward another project, we'll try very hard again to work with all the neighbors. But don't think that when we did it, we were all holding hands and skipping down the street singing together. We had angry neighbors, and it's always a difficult process to get one of these projects built.
And if you remember, we had applied actually for 24 units.
Correct. And one other comment.
Give us 22.
When we built both our projects, one in 1990, before I was a member of Rotary, the other early 2000s when I was intimately involved, we see these projects not as a means of bringing new people into Sausalito, but creating housing that allows people to stay in Sausalito, because there's an inexorable, constant upgrading of our housing inventory. Real estate gets more expensive. We all improve our homes, thereby making our homes more expensive when we turn around and sell them. We're gradually losing existing affordable housing stock. Whenever a fixer-upper goes on the market, somebody buys it, throws a pile of money into it, and then wants to sell it for more than they put into it. Of course, it's natural, but we keep losing existing affordable housing stock. So creating new stock isn't to bring new people in, it's to provide housing for people who have been part of our community for most of their lives.
Yes.
Quick question to what Ron just said. Would we be in compliance with the law if we put certain restrictions on new construction that favored Sausalitans or favored elderly, or I don't know what, like whatever, however Rotary worked, that allowed local people to have preference there? Would that still put us in compliance? Could we create Rotary type units to meet this need?
Those generally are found to be discriminatory, so you cannot provide priorities for current residents.
Thank you.
Other questions? Well, I'd like to thank you very much for attending today's workshop. Please, once again, fill out the feedback form on the back, and if you have any further questions, staff and the consultants will be here following the day. Thank you very much.